What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and I want to talk to you all about this really crazy story coming out of Las Vegas. Apparently, this family, they were all hanging out at home, just chilling, watching TV, whatever it is that families do these days. But anyways, they were all hanging out in their living room when suddenly it felt like, I don't want to use the word crashed, so I'll say to them it almost felt like something landed right smack dab in their backyard. Okay, now this is a residential area. So it's not like their backyard is, acres and acres and acres of land. So they get this feeling like that something just landed in their backyard, right? There's these lights, these bright lights are glaring and shining through the window. They quickly approach the window, and what do they see? I don't want to necessarily say that they see some sort of spacecraft, because what they see is mostly these bright lights. But they also see these figures in their backyard. What they describe as almost creatures who are 8 to 10 feet tall, walking around their backyard. So they immediately call 911. Now, the crazy part about this story is, it just so happens that a police officer was already in the neighborhood. He was dealing with another 911 call. And I kid you not, on his body cam, when reviewing his body cam footage, mind you, this officer has no idea what's going on with this family down the street. But his body camera catches footage of some type of weird, bright object falling out of the sky directly into this neighborhood. Moments later, the 911 call comes in, and then these officers respond to this situation. What happens next? Well, instead of telling you what happens next, I think it's better that I just show you. So without further ado, we're about to head right into this clip. But first, hit that thumbs up button. It goes a long way into helping this channel. And we got to make this channel grow. We're almost to 100K, almost to 100,000 subscribers. I never imagined that this channel would grow that much. But in order to keep it growing, I need your help. You have to hit that like button. You got to drop comments. You got to engage these videos. But without further ado, let's head right into this clip, and then I'll be back with more thoughts.
It is the police call everybody will be talking about. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Denise Valdez.
I'm Brian Loftus. A family says something crashed into their backyard, prompting them to call 911, saying they saw creatures walking around.
Our 8 News Now investigators digging into this for weeks now. And tonight, our David Charnes with the video you will only see on 8 News Now. David?
Right, Denise, sources telling 8 News Now investigators that several agencies believe something landed or crashed. Whether it was non-humans or not, it certainly scared the people living on this property. Now, before we show you that video, listen to their call for help.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
Well, the 8 News Now investigators obtaining video as officers then responded to the call you just heard. You'll see the officers also saw something in the sky that night, but the big question is, what was it, and is it all connected?
Leave her alone.
It's almost midnight on May 1st when a Las Vegas Metro police officer's body cam catches this, something flashing low in the sky.
911 emergency.
Minutes later,
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
someone calls 911 reporting two large figures in their backyard.
No, I'm still nervous right now.
The 8 News Now investigators obtaining another officer's video as he's sent to the Northwest Valley home.
I have butterflies, bro. Everyone saw a shooting star, then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
By now, it's more than an hour after that bright light. Officers meeting up with the caller and his family.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or?
They see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
What I saw right now, I do believe in it.
Police walk into the backyard to investigate, but Metro blacked out that part of the video because it's considered private property. What's clear, they're taking this call seriously.
Hey, this might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky?
Asking others what they saw.
I would normally discount it as nothing. However, seeing as one of my partners said they saw it too, only reason I'm actually investigating it further.
That investigation turning up no concrete answers as of Wednesday. Whatever or whoever fell into that yard, long gone within minutes.
Oh, hey, if those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
So yeah, this is quite weird, Brian was saying as we're watching this story. Now, we've been in contact with the family in that video, and as you heard in that 911 call, they seem very reasonable and honestly quite scared as you heard them in the call. No, they don't seem impaired in any way, and whatever crashed by the time that police got there was gone, but sources say that there's really no dispute. Something was in their yard. Exactly what? We do not know.
I mean, it's so interesting. So, like, the Metro officer sees something, the neighbor sees something. I mean, so what could it be?
Well, we know that there are obviously a lot of military bases around this area. George Knapp covers a lot of that stuff for us on the 8 News Now investigators. We're showing you drone video from above that area. And we know, of course, Creech not far away, Nellis Air Force Base not far. I checked in with them. They say they are not involved at all, and we are waiting to hear from the Pentagon as well.
And you talked to these people. It seemed completely legitimate to you. And do you have any personal thoughts on maybe what it was?
Right. So it seems from talking to our sources that something happened. There was obviously some flash in the sky. A lot of people saw it that night on the night of April 30th, early in the morning on May 1st. Did that exact thing land in their yard? I don't know. But these people said they saw some SUV circling the area. Could this have been some piece of equipment that malfunctioned? Maybe they saw something and then someone came. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Right.
Someone came and retrieved it from the backyard in the SUV. We don't know. This all comes as a former high-level intelligence officer, a veteran, was on News Nation talking about how there is a program where the government collects some unidentified objects. So this might be that. We just don't know. We're going to work to find out, though.
And
Brian
no substances. They were looking with clear eyes.
Very interesting.
Not big buggy eyes, though.
This is really unique. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, so there are quite a few things that really stand out to me about this story. For one, this isn't some random 911 call prank, because we saw the body cam footage of something unexplained coming from the sky right into this neighborhood. So we know that there was some type of weird situation here, which makes the story that these people tell way more believable. Like, if it wasn't for that body cam footage, I think a lot of people would be more skeptical about these people's story. Now, they don't come across to me as someone who's pulling a prank, trying to pull someone's leg. They don't seem like those type of people. They do seem legit kind of confused about the situation, but I do find it odd that they did not record any video footage. It's 2023. Everyone has a camera phone. If you see something wild like this, the first thing you need to do is pull out your phone. We live in a day and age where random attacks take place in the mall, at school, and even while people are running away from gunshots, they got their camera out recording the madness. So why didn't anyone record what was happening in that backyard? They got on the phone and called 911, yet no one recorded. But then again, it seems like most of the people there were older, so maybe they weren't the type to just pull out their camera phones. But another thing really sticks out to me. As you can see in that footage, they said that the officers didn't want to show the body cam footage of the backyard because it's private property. I cover the news for a living. I dive into true crime cases. I review body cam footage, multiple times throughout a week. Even if it's a story that I don't wind up talking about on YouTube, often there's so many stories that I look into getting ready to cover them, but then I decide to go other routes with what content I make. So I've looked at so much body cam footage that it's almost nauseating to even think about. So seeing this does not make sense to me. Oh, we're not going to show you the body cam footage of the backyard because it's private property. So was the front yard not private property? Why did y'all have to cut off that footage? What did it show? That's what I'm concerned about. And then I get to thinking like, okay, they claim that they can't show the body cam footage of the backyard because it's private property. Maybe there is video out there. Maybe this family did try to record whatever was in their backyard, but they're not allowing them to release that footage either. You catch my drift? Because if that body cam footage is not allowed to be released, I'm wondering, did someone come in? Did some type of government agency, did someone come in and threaten these people not to release the video? Did someone come in and make sure that body cam footage of that backyard was not released to the public? I'm really questioning that because that does not make sense. We watch body cam footage all the time of people dying, of police running in people's households, kicking down doors, running in backyards, you name it. So the fact that out of all the body cam footage I have ever reviewed, this one snippet in some random person's backyard, this is what you can't be shown. That's really weird to me. It's really weird to me. Now, is this a true story? Did these people really see 8-foot, 10-foot creatures in their backyard? Was there really something that crash landed in their backyard? Who knows? There's no video evidence of that. As far as I know, the police didn't necessarily find evidence in that backyard, but then again, we're not even allowed to see the body cam footage. The only thing we do know is other people in the area, including law enforcement themselves, they saw something come down in this neighborhood. It's literally caught on body cam footage, which is not something that's going to be doctored. It's not footage that people can tamper with. So, the point that I think is important to make before I end this video is that people need to realize that we're dealing with one or two things here. One of two things. I've talked about this before. Either we are on the brink of full disclosure, where they just come out and let us know, aliens are real. We're not alone in the universe. UFOs have been visiting us. These visits from otherworldly beings, they're becoming even more frequent. We're either on the verge of disclosure or we're on the verge of something else, far more sinister. People need to realize that the best case scenario, I kid you not, the best case scenario here is that we're dealing with actual aliens. Aliens that you could be scared of them, but obviously I don't think that they're necessarily out to get us or to destroy us, because if that was the case, couldn't they have already done so? Or couldn't they have already tried? So, best case scenario, we're dealing with actual aliens who have been visiting Earth for who knows how long. For for years and years and years. Or our government is about to pull something really wild, and they're going to use UFOs and aliens to do so. Or they're going to do so under the guise of aliens and UFOs. They're going to use aliens and UFOs as the excuse to do something. They're going to do something, and then they're going to point the finger at aliens and UFOs to blame. When you look at my channel and you're scratching your head like, what's up with all of these UFO videos lately? It's not because suddenly I decided to start talking about UFOs. It's because UFOs are literally dominating the headlines in the US for the last few months. Some of it started happening before that whole Chinese spy balloon, but the Chinese spy balloon really kicked it off. You had that Chinese spy balloon, you had reports that the Air Force was downing all of these unidentified flying objects that were probably foreign spy balloons and things of that nature. And then next thing you know, Congress is having meetings about UFOs. The Senate has a hearing about UFOs. You got this UFO whistleblower who worked in the Pentagon, a high-level intelligence official who's coming out like, yeah, UFOs are real, and we got these programs that recover UFOs, and we're in possession of alien bodies and all types of spacecraft. All of this is happening at once for a reason. So when you look on my channel and you see, what's up with all the UFO videos? It's not because suddenly I became interested in talking about UFOs. It's because suddenly UFOs are in the headlines. UFOs are in the news every single day now. Every single day now, there's something new, something different. The government is releasing tidbits of information. The government's releasing tidbits of video. They've already admitted that UFOs are real. They did so during COVID and no one cared. So whatever is happening right now, I'm not sure. All I know is best case scenario, it may seem wild and crazy. Best case scenario is that these aliens are real and they're just visiting us doing Lord knows what. Because worst case scenario, and some may even believe the more likely case scenario, is that our government and the powers that be across the world, they're about to do something really crazy. So either way it goes, I think it's time that society starts to brace itself. Either brace yourself for your beliefs, maybe even your religion. Brace yourself for the very foundation of your belief system being shaken to its core. Okay. So either way it goes, I think it's time for society to start bracing itself for what is to come. Because what is to come, it's either going to shake the very foundation of your belief system. Maybe it will turn your religious beliefs upside down. It's going to change the way that a lot of people view the world. Or what's to come is going to be this world-changing event that's caused by the powers that be. Another world-changing event, much like the one we went through in 2020. That's going to shake things up way more than they've already been shaken up. But let me know down below, what do you think it is? Do you believe that aliens are real? Or do you believe that we have come to a time where aliens are going to be used by our government, by the powers that be, to do something wild? I know a lot of you probably know about Project Bluebeam. There's a lot of other stuff out there. There's a lot of research that you all can do to prepare yourselves for what is to come. Those of us who have looked into these things, and this is why I tell people, always keep an open mind. I research into things and I look into things that I don't believe all the time, just to get a gauge of where other people are coming from, to understand other people's beliefs. And all of this stuff that's happening right now with UFOs, I can assure you, it may be shocking to some, but it's way less shocking to the people who have been digging and going down the rabbit hole for years. A lot of the wild stuff you're seeing take place in the world today, it was already written. It was already foreseen. People knew that a lot of the stuff was going to happen for years. There's really nothing new under the sun. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.